Bonjour à tous, on se retrouve pour une nouvelle vidéo de Kingdom Come Deliverance, je peux le dire à la fois, on sait ce que c'est. On est parti, on s'était arrêté ici dans la vidéo précédente, on avait fui notre village qui avait été attaqué, on avait été récupéré dans la ville où on se trouve maintenant, donc on a été dormir pour nous reposer, et la jeune dame, dame du château est venue nous voir, elle veut à mon avis notre corps, et je pense qu'on va pouvoir lui raconter l'histoire de l'assaut.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands. A fellow by the name of Kunesh owed money to Father, who sent me to collect it from him. Only Kunesh had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved, but Kunesh still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig. I'd been secretly learning sword fighting.
Ah bah oui, comme ça on passe en anglais.
My parents.
Pas de souci.
So when we assembled the sword, I tried a few moves with it. There's a big difference between a wooden sword and a real one. Maybe if I hadn't taken that sword in my hand, I wouldn't be here today.
You're full of surprises.
But Sigismond's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town.
Ouais.
A horde of soldiers was amassed. Pennants flapped in the wind, the armour glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack.
How awful.
And then death descended on Skalitz.
The
gate to the castle was open. The bells and horns sounded the alarm, and the villagers ran to the castle to take cover.
Alors désolé pour ceux qui ne
They were
parlent pas du tout
carrying the
anglais.
few possessions they could grab in haste, and I saw the terror in their eyes.
Le problème c'est que j'ai pas le temps
Can't
de
even
tout.
imagine how awful it must have been.
J'ai pas le temps de tout
I
vous
ran to the
traduire
castle like our
exactement.
neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle.
C'est le siège de commencer. Je trouve un. Ouais, j'ai trouvé un
I needed a
cheval.
horse to get to the safety of Talmberg and to warn you all.
And with all that was happening, you thought of others like a good Christian.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her.
Ouais.
I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
Ok. Bon bah alors désolé parce que bon voilà. Je le répète encore, j'ai pas encore mis le patch.
Terrible. How could something like
Donc
that
s'il y a
happen?
quelques soucis, ça peut être à cause du
God
fait que j'ai
alone
pas
knows
installé
why
encore
he
le
lets
patch.
such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sympa, le pauvre.
Sir
Enfin, la
Divish
pauvre.
seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true.
Bon, ils ont
But
pris
what am I
quelques
doing
petites
bothering you with this? You have troubles enough
opportunités
of
avec
your
la traduction.
own.
C'est pas totalement ça, mais c'est pas
I'll
mal.
go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Ouais. C'est passé quelque chose entre eux là. Peut-être le début de d'on ne sait quoi. Bon, et ben voilà.
Move in, people! Come on! Come on! We're running out of time! Quickly! We have to close the gates! You can't go back!
Henry, help us!
Help us, son. Don't be a coward.
Ouais, ça te met bien, bien en forme ça.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
D'accord. Et bah c'est parti. Ah, il y a l'air de pleuvoir. Ça donne quoi la pluie? Ouais, c'est super. Franchement, c'est super intéressant. Alors par contre, si je dis pas de bêtises, j'avais gagné des points moi. Pourquoi je peux pas prendre... Parce que j'ai pas encore de points, d'accord. Toujours pas de points, non? Ah! Vitalité, je peux prendre un point. Alors, si vous avez plusieurs jours sans être puni affamé, vous obtenez un bonus de vitalité. D'accord. Pourquoi je peux pas le prendre? Je comprends pas, j'ai passé un niveau, non? Attendez. Il y a un truc que je piche pas, là. J'ai passé un niveau, et je peux pas prendre de... Et je peux rien prendre. Pourquoi je peux... Ah, parce que j'ai peut-être pas passé le niveau total, c'est ça? Alors, oui, d'accord, il faut peut-être que je passe de niveau. C'est quoi le niveau, là? Ah oui, niveau 7. Ok, d'accord, niveau 5. Ok, donc en fait, on garde les points. On garde les points jusqu'à ce qu'on atteigne le niveau qui nous permet de débloquer la compétence. Ok, d'accord. Et ensuite, je pense qu'on pourra utiliser tous les points comme on veut. Parfait. J'avais pas vu ça comme ça. Je pensais qu'à chaque fois qu'on passait le niveau, on pouvait prendre un point. Mais non, ce n'est pas ça. Ok, alors combat, du coup, j'en ai gagné un ou pas? Non, aucun. Alors l'épée, ça monte petit à petit. Combat main nue, ça monte petit à petit. Ok, donc le combat... Donc, est-ce que... Par contre, est-ce que... Niveau 8, 9, 14... Ok. Non, d'accord. Bon, bah ça fonctionne pareil. Super. Je voulais juste regarder ça. Désolé. Ah, c'est pas là. On m'a dit de monter sur les remparts, non? J'ai bugué ou ça se passe comment? Ah oui! Ah oui, quand la pluie s'arrête, ça rigole pas par contre. quand la pluie s'arrête, ça rigole pas du tout. Ah bah c'est pas là que je devais aller? Ah, faut m'expliquer là. Vous rentrez sur les remparts et parlez au capitaine. Ah ben, les remparts. Sacré nom de nom. C'est pas ça les remparts? Ah non, attendez, non, je crois que je sais. Il y avait les... Alors c'était par où? T'avais... Ah, voilà. On peut pas prendre ça? Non? Ok.
Prepare for the worst, but don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my commands, and all will end well.
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismond advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jivish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And Sir Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
Halt! Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Rubber?
Sir Radzig. What a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left the storm into the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir...
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Valdic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will, and good luck to you and your people too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way to Ratai now!
Ouais, c'est pas non plus le truc... la bataille de Nicopolis.
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrols. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body.
J'aime bien. J'aime bien, lui met des petits coups de pression soldat comme ça, c'est agréable.
God be with you.
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch on the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid! And don't worry, I'll tell the men to relieve you later.
Ok. Bon. Eh ben je regarde. Voilà. Je regarde et je reste là.
What is it?
Je suis pas assez grand. Je regarde s'il n'y a pas de... Ah. Non, ça c'est nous. C'est quoi ça? Non, ok.
What do you need?
What do you think about how the Skalitz folk managed to get away?
Fortune smiled on them, that's for certain.
D'accord. D'accord.
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
Si vous êtes contraint de patienter, vous pouvez effectuer un saut dans le temps. Ok, d'accord. Parfait.
I feel quite hungry.
Let's go! Move it! Quick! Go! Go!
Et qui passe. Ah, génial.
Sweet Jesus! We're gonna end up like skeletons.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismond of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. You may be in for a surprise, though. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Scallis and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismond of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Venceslas IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday his majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Radzig Kobyla, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzig of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzig is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Radzig Kobyla is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzig Kobyla is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Ouais, je sens pas du tout ce coup-là.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
Quel lèche-cul. Marvar von Olitz, pardon. Ok. Seigneur, où qu'il est, où qu'il est, où qu'il est. Sir, sorry.
Be a bit more careful.
Sir Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismond might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
D'accord.
Sir Robard, my parents died there. I can't leave them to be eaten by dogs. What would you do in my place?
I understand, lad, truly. But you can't bring the dead back to life by sacrificing your own. You'll have to wait till things settle down a little.
Why did Sigismund burn down Skalitz and then come here too?
That's war for you, lad. Certain lords have resolved to take things into their own hands and eliminate anyone who doesn't share their view. Unfortunately, Sir Radzig is one of those. And what's more, he was sitting on a pile of silver that could help King Wenceslas's allies.
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Kuttenberg? Well, I'm just a simple soldier, but the good Lord gave me ears, and I've heard some things from Sir Divish and from those who fled from Sigismund's pillaging.
Were there many?
Indeed, but it was the Kuttenberg mercenaries who came to see me, because I knew them from before.
I see.
Listen, lad, these are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Venceslas, wealthy aristocrats who took against our king for reasons of their own. There's no doubt Sigismund had his fingers in the whole affair, him and Wenceslas's cousin Jobst. And that cabal helped him abduct the king.
So then why did Sigismund attack Kuttenberg?
Why do you think?
Because it's a fertile place with full granaries that could feed Sigismund's troops?
That's not it. King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to Kuttenberg. After Prague, it's the most important city in Bohemia, in the entire Holy Roman Empire. He who commands the Kuttenberg silver is king.
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favoured it?
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Kuttenberg began to raise an army against him. So with the attack on Kuttenberg, Sigismund killed two birds with one stone. He defeated Wenceslas's most powerful allies before they could stand against him, and also gained immense wealth.
Ok. Bon, bah.
Hey, watch it.
Je vais juste passer.
I feel quite hungry.
Say, Sigismond and his heathen cutthroats will come out of the woods any time now and slaughter us all.
They won't come back. Side and go back to the fields tomorrow.
On va manger, histoire de voilà, hein?
All our heads will be on spikes.
No. Aye, we surely did. Blight. Leaves are all gone yellow and eaten through.
God have mercy. What will you do with it?
I don't rightly know. Old Koha told me to cut them down and burn them before the others catch whatever it is.
That'd be a shame. Fine trees like that.
Aye. But better to save a few if I can.
Is there someone here who trades in goods?
True enough.
Whatever is your man.
That'd be much worse.
He's the local dealer. A skinny fellow. I saw him by the granary. He'll buy anything that has any value, and he'd sell you his own granny, if he hadn't already sold her long since.
Why would
Okay.
we'll stay here overnight to be on the safe side and go back to the fields tomorrow?
By tomorrow morning, all our heads will be on spikes.
What in God's name are you on about?
Did you see
I hear that's what them foreign soldiers do, and
c'est
worse.
pas...
They do nothing of the sort.
C'est pas comme ça.
What?
Bonjour les
Say,
filles.
where did you hear such a thing? I hear our scouts found a fresh pile of human bones at the edge of Scalit's woods. Mary, Mother of God, preserve us.
Ok. Donc la boutique est là-bas, ça c'est bien. Il faut que je trouve un cheval qui je parte quoi. Eh oui. D'accord.
God be with you.
Ok, tout ça pour ça. Bon. T'as vu?
Them crowmen with them horrible visors on their eyes.
They won't come back. Why would they? We'll stay here overnight to be on the safe side and go back to the fields tomorrow.
By tomorrow morning, all our heads will be on spikes.
Ok, je crois qu'elle a perdu ses cheveux. Ça va tranquille, peinard. Hein?
They say they can take a man down with an arrow 10 fields away.
By all means.
Faut que je trouve un cheval. Tu vends les chevaux, toi? Non?
Damn!
Ah, j'ai toujours mon cheval, moi, dis donc. Est-ce que je peux partir de ça? Ouais, il faudrait que je trouve le chemin de la sortie. Je crois que j'ai vu une grille là-bas, non? Non, je peux pas sortir. C'est-moi sortir, s'il vous plaît.
Day.
I need to get out of here.
And I need a feather bed with a comely wench in it. But it looks like we'll both be disappointed. Sir Divish gave orders not to open the gate, and you especially are not to be let out.
Not any longer. I've vital information for Sir Radzig from Sir Divish's spies. The fate of the Scalit's people depends on it. Sir Robard ordered me to leave immediately, so let me out, quickly.
A likely story.
Je me suis fait niquer.
My mother and father were left in Scalit's like carrion. I have to bury them. I can't leave them to the dogs.
I'm sorry, my friend, but I can't. You'll have to persuade Sir Robard, or think something up so I don't end up in the shit for it. Otherwise, forget it.
Alright, I'll see what I can do.
Ok. Bon alors, il est où le fameux seigneur là?
You don't believe a word Vilma says, so stop working yourself up.
I wouldn't be surprised if we had snow next.
Il est toujours sur le mur ou pas? Ah oui, j'ai bien l'impression. Hop. Donc il est parti. Et qu'il est parti. Et qu'il est parti, bah, on va retourner au château, c'est pas grave. Ouh, il faut que je m'arrête les amis, on va s'arrêter ici, je vous dis à la prochaine, n'oubliez pas de laisser un petit commentaire. Et à plus tout le monde, salut salut.